Welcome back to the channel. I am Samantha and I am the Luxe Wife, and welcome back to another amazing home video. As you see by the title today, I am giving you the top 10 things that's going to make your home look and feel expensive. So whether you rent your space, whether you own your space, this can be implemented for everybody. So if you are new here, I talk all things home, how to make your home an experience, how to make your home next level, okay? So if this is the channel for you, if I am the person for you, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and go ahead, hit that notification bell. That way you can be notified every single time I upload a new video. And if you are not new here, welcome back. But guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into today's video. So as of recent weeks, I have been giving you basically some home decor tips and things of that sort. But it's one thing to be able to go out here, purchase things that make your house look and feel good to walk into, but we gotta up it a notch. We have to up it a notch. And who would I be not to also give you advice on how to improve your home's look outside of home decor that's going to increase the value of your home if you obviously, of course, own your own home, and just going to increase the overall feel of your home. So starting off strong, diffusers. Anytime you walk into a place, whether it's a store, whether it's a home decor store, whether it's a hotel, car dealership, it's always about the smell. The first thing you notice is the smell. If you walk into a place and the smell turns you off, you're going to immediately want to leave. Regardless of how beautiful the store is, regardless of how beautiful everything is laid out, you're going to want to leave because you've been turned off. So think about that same thing for your home, a diffuser. I've talked about diffusers on my channel before, and there is a list of home diffusers that you can use that is going to amplify the smell of your home, okay? Now, I will be sure to 100% link in the description box multiple type of diffusers that you can have, some on the lower end and some that's going to be a little bit more pricey. And just because they're a little bit on the expensive end, does not necessarily make them better, but the overall quality of the product over time would probably make them better, okay? So I've shared with you guys that I do have a diffuser in my home. It is wireless, so I'm able to charge it and then take it off the charger and set it wherever I want to have it in my home. It's very easy to use. It comes with the remote, and on top of it coming with the remote, I'm able to set the heaviness of the scent. So whether I want it to be a light scent, medium scent, heavy scent is what's the most important thing, because sometimes we know scents can become too heavy if it's overly used. So mine, which is by the brand Aroma 360, it allows you to set it for the heavy, which comes on every 2 minutes, and then medium is like every 5, and then low is like every 10 minutes. And when I tell you it's a game changer, it is a game changer walking into my front door and smelling that beautiful scent, okay? Now, I know there are some even on the cheaper end, like Glade, for $5 and $10 for having those diffusers, but I want you to consider some that are a little bit more expensive. Sometimes they require a plug, sometimes they require a battery, but I want you to consider getting a diffuser from your home, and when someone walks into your home, they want to be greeted, okay? I mean, smelling food, smelling some chicken smells nice, but on the days that they don't smell fresh baked cookies, or they don't smell what you're cooking and the house is just going, a candle is nice. But if you want something that you can have and you can walk away from and not be worried about, a diffuser is your best friend. Number 2, fresh flowers. I will always go to the ends of earth about having a fresh flowers in your home. If you know anything about having fresh flowers, you know they do require work to keep them alive. I do know a lot of people like to go grocery shopping and they purchase and pick up fresh flowers every single time they grocery shop. It makes sense. Not only does it make your home look and feel expensive, fresh flowers do smell incredibly well. It's just something about that freshness of the scent. And no, you do not always have to go somewhere and spend tons of money to get fresh flowers every single week, because if you nurture and care for fresh flowers the way they're supposed to be nurtured for, they can last up to 2 weeks or over 2 weeks in some instances, taking care of making sure you refresh the water, you making sure that they have some food and things of that sort. But having fresh flowers is just a game changer, because because I know I'm one of the ones that you guys have seen me use faux flowers for home decor, and that is okay. But in those certain specific areas, if you have a beautiful entryway, have some fresh flowers. If you have a beautiful kitchen and you have an oversized island, have some fresh flowers. I'm not saying you have to have fresh flowers everywhere scattered throughout your home, because I do understand that there's a cost associated with it. But having fresh flowers in those welcoming areas is definitely something worthwhile having, and something increasing the appearance of your home. Number 3. I might get a little bit of slack for this, but this probably should have been number 1, but it's okay. Declutter. Declutter, which goes into organizing. Having a clean, organized space speaks not only for yourself, but it also speaks for other people who are coming into your home. Now, I know some of us are like, okay, we homebodies, don't nobody come to my house. Well, at some point, someone is going to come into your house, okay? And it might be me. Okay? But somebody is going to come into your house. And when they come into your house, if they hypothetically had to go into your cabinets, had to go into your linen closet because they're staying the night, you want it to look nice and cohesive and clean and organized. If I walked into someone's bathroom and they say, hey, Sam, the towels are in the linen closet, and then I go into the linen closet, everything is laid out, it makes you appreciate the space just a little bit more. It makes you say, if I drop something, let me pick it up right away. If I pull a towel out and I drop one along the way, I'm trying to study how to fold it back up, how they have it folded up. Because now that tells me you take care of your things, which makes me want to help you take care of your things. So declutter so you can organize your space, okay? Everything does not necessarily have to have a place, but everything has to have a place, okay? Start room by room, small space by small space. There are still areas in my home that I would love to organize and declutter. And honestly, I don't mind bringing y'all along with me, so I probably will. But declutter so that way you can organize and you can have a little bit more clarity. If you have something too much of, let it go. Let it go. It's unnecessary. We are in the season of letting go so we can welcome change. Okay. Next, I love having beautiful window treatments, okay? Now, it's one thing about having curtains and stuff being hung, but you guys know I love to be able to walk into a space, especially if you have taller ceilings, those 9 foot, 10 foot, 12 foot, even 20 foot ceilings, and being able to have the appropriate window treatments, okay? If you have 10-foot ceilings, take the curtains all the way up to the ceiling, okay? Take them all the way up to the ceiling, because what that's going to do when I walk into your home, it's going to draw my eye up, and it's going to make the room and the space feel bigger than what it actually is. Even if it's already a big space, it's still going to say, God, this is nice. Now you're planting in my head when I walk into your house how I can, up my home. How when I walk into my next season of greatness into my new home, maybe something I would love or desire to have in my next floor plan, okay? So take the window treatments all the way up to the ceiling. And if, let's just say you don't use curtains, let's just say you use shades, get rid of the blinds and use Roman shades. Roman shades, you can get them cordless, you can get them with the cord, but you guys know for a cleaner look, we want them without the cord. We want them without the cord, because that's just going to say, and that's just going to show us like, dang, you went above the norm. I know when you purchase like a new home, sometimes the very first thing they give you are those blinds. And I get it, because it's the cheapest. That's what they do. And especially when we move into our home, if they don't give us blinds, that's the first thing we're running to. But I always say, take care of the visible rooms first and then elevate from there. Because if you take care of the visible rooms first, now you're not wasting money buying and spending $500, $600 in blinds, when that money can go directly into some really nice, beautiful window treatments from the start. There's nothing wrong with blinds, because you can dress blinds up with some beautiful curtains. I'm gonna always recommend pleated curtains, because it just looks that much better. But I'm not against any other curtains at all. But if you are using curtains, Make sure you are taking them all the way up to the ceiling so you can draw my attention up and not down. Next, molding. I love molding, and I'm talking about crown molding. I'm talking about wainscoting, any type of molding on the wall. Baby, when I walk into a home that has molding, I'm like, okay, all right. We have scratched the surface of playing small. Those days of playing small are over, okay? If you own your own home, I'm always going to recommend you adding some type of character to your walls, which is going to create an experience, whether it's your living room, whether it's your bedroom. In some instances, when some people are starting out, they like to add character just by using paint. And if I'm being honest, paint does change a space. If you don't believe me, I'll show you. As you see, just going from a basic paint to a bold paint definitely changes the experience of a room. But now, let's add some molding and see how that changes. And just adding molding to the room, adding some nice wainscoting, it's just so good. I love it. Now, I know my renters are like, well, Samantha, that's not my space. I can't be doing that. But guess what? I will link for you in the description box some options that are like peel and stick molding that you can add to the wall and play with the space. And that way, when you leave, you can just peel it right on off. And when you're walking into your new season of your new home, you're like, okay, I remember I had this at my old space. Sam said do XYZ. And guess what? You can always come back to this video to see what you need to do in order to elevate your home. So when someone walks into it, when we bought our home, the walls were empty. There was nothing on our walls in the entryway, nothing on our walls in the living room, kitchen, neither our hallways, our staircase. It was just basic. And as you've seen before, it was just no good. But the minute we added molding to the wall, we increased the value of our home. We went from a basic cookie cutter home to now this feels more like a custom home. And that's what you want. You want somebody to walk in a space and know you did just more than the next person, which allows me not to have to do as much. Now I can implement just the basics of what Samantha did, okay? Because we're always playing the long game, okay? We're always playing the long game. In the event XYZ happens, in the event I sell my house, I want to sell my house for top dollar, and this is why I can sell my house. Anything you nurture, the value is going to be returned on it. Anything you don't nurture, you forget about, okay? So keep that in mind. Take care of your space, take care of your place. And I promise you, it'll take care of you. Next, oversized paintings. I can't stress this enough because, baby, when I say oversized paintings does the trick, it does the trick. Until we're all at a space where we can go to a gallery and buy and purchase expensive paintings from local painters and etc. Until we're there, baby, go on to your local Home Goods, okay? And it gets you a nice, beautiful painting. That way it can go on the wall. Home Goods sells oversized painting. Ross sells oversized painting. Sometimes I've seen those things of like Burlington oversized. And y'all let me know in the comments if you want to take a trip with me to some of these home decor stores that are not as expensive to see how I would shop and what I would buy. But just because it's oversized don't mean you have to buy. You have to buy something that says it's going to withstand the test of time. And whether it looks good today, it also needs to look good a year from now or 2 years from now. You don't want something that the minute you buy it is dated. Unless that is your vibe, okay? Unless that's your vibe. So oversized painting, it fills the space more, it makes the space feel bigger. So you already know whether you rent, whether you own, this both applies to you. This is applicable to all of us out there. Now, this next one, let's just say, if you're owning your space, you can do this. If you're renting your space, I have an option and you guys have seen the option before. If you're owning your space, built-ins. Get some built-ins in your home. Built-ins are so good, okay? You can do straight lines, you can do arches, but having built-ins in your home, the built-in bookcase, if you go into an office, and if I see an office, a really nice office, and I see, I'm not trying to knock it because I have it, but if I see a simple bookcase like this, I'm like, okay, all right, this is a nice home. This is an expensive home. How can I take it up a notch? How can I say when someone else walks into this home, they want the exact same thing? We build it in. We build it in. So having built-ins in your home definitely increases the quality of that space. Now, if you're renting, like I said, built-ins is not necessarily an option unless that's something you and your landlord worked out. But you guys know my option to built-in is going to be floating shelf, something that can adhere to the wall, that's not going to move, but it's still going to look good regardless of the things that you put on it because you thought about it before you did it, okay? But the floating shelves in my kitchen. And you guys have also seen kind of like the bookshelf, floating bookshelf wall in my living room. So seeing all three of those, though they're not built-ins for someone who has a custom home, but for someone who's renting and knowing those things aren't going to move when somebody walks by, that's an added advantage, okay? So keep that in mind. But built-ins, baby, when I see people do built-ins and they add in recessed lighting, they add glass doors, I just think it ups the space. It just ups the quality instantly because it looks like something that was built into the home. You're not going to get it and a floor plan that's just like theirs down the street unless the person was copying it, okay? Unless they was copying it. But all in all, built-ins, built-ins, built-ins. Now, as I talked about built-ins, also about in this next thing, I talked about motion sensor lighting. Lighting. I cannot stress lighting enough, okay? When you walk into a space, you want to feel welcome into a space, okay? And when I go somewhere expensive, I love walking and the light comes on. When I go into a space, I love going into a well-lit bathroom. I cannot stand a dull bathroom because it's like, I got to get all in the mirror to make sure I can see. Do you see what's going on here, okay? So having the appropriate lighting and the correct lighting for yourself, for your space makes so much sense. I've shared with you guys all different type of motion sensitive lights on my channel. And if you're owning your space, there is an option to have someone, or if you utilize YouTube and learn how to do certain things yourself, that is their option to put those lights in. I had motion sensor lights in my closet back at home. So the minute I walked into my closet, the lights came on. That's an added plus with somebody walking into your bathroom, especially at nighttime. They open the door, the light comes on, you know, and that's something inexpensive to do. All it is wiring and a switch, under $20. That's all it is. An under $20 job creates a long-lasting luxury. Somebody walks into your home, they're going to really say, man, I walked into the kitchen, the lights came on. I walked to the bathroom, the lights came on. It was just so much that it created an experience for them that now they want to trickle over into their space, okay? We all want to learn from people. We all want to learn from each other. And if I can learn something, if someone can learn something from you and take away some of your greatness, let them take away some of your greatness, okay? Not physically and mentally, because that could never happen. But some of the great attributes and things that you've done, let somebody see it so that way they know, man, I love going to their house. There's nothing more than hearing someone say, I love coming over here. It's just a vibe. I love coming over here. It's just an experience that I never want to escape from. Baby, you got to go home at some point, but I'm glad you love it. Okay. I'm glad you love it. So having those motion sensor lights, this is a cheap added bonus. You can add it in your closets, you can add them in your bathrooms, you can have it in your hallways. I've talked about having motion sensor lights in your hallways. Just having extra lighting that feels It feels good. It's almost like when you go to somebody's house and you walk into their front porch or near the garage and the lights come on. It's the same effect inside your house times 10. It means I'm serious about what you can see, and I'm serious about what's going on here. Now we've made it to the very last thing that I feel like is going to elevate your home, and this is for everybody. This is not to say you can't do it, she can't do it, but you can do it. No. This is for everybody, and it's so simple. Oversized rugs. Oversized rugs. When I say you need oversized rugs for your space, you need oversized rug. Having the wrong size rug for your space will take away from the experience. I promise you. If you have a nice, beautiful sectional, or if you have 2 nice, beautiful couches and you have some accent chairs, that rug needs to be underneath every single chair. Now, hold on. I know you're like, Samantha, do you know how much rugs cost? Yes, I do. Yes, I do, because my living room was like 19 feet by like 22 feet. I know how expensive rugs are, and I had to get the rugs over 11 feet by 15 feet. Now, in most cases, you're not going to find that size rugs at your local stores, but you have a few options that you can utilize from either. Of course, you guys know I love Amazon, but there's also options like Wayfair out there and Overstock out there. But if you don't know, you can also go to your local carpet store and have something made for you based off a carpet that you saw, and you're like, you know what, I would love to have this made into a rug in this size, and they can do it. So if you did not know that, I just told you. So having a nice appropriate size rug for the space is going to change it. Having the appropriate rug for your bedroom, if you like to have a rug in your bedroom underneath your bed, perfect. Having the appropriate size rugs in your bathroom, it all makes sense. It all adds up. If you walk into a nice bathroom and then the rugs are like 2 feet by 2 feet, you're like, dang, I barely got a rug to stand on while I'm doing my makeup or while I'm brushing my teeth, or just the simple things. It all adds to your space. It all creates an experience for your home, which is going to elevate your home, which is going to give that luxurious feel and that expensive feel. Well, guys, that is it. That is all that I have for you today. I hope you were able to take away with this information and you've written it down and you said, okay, this is where Samantha said I needed to start it at, because this is where I need to start. And if you already have some of these things, then that means you already a step ahead. It's great having beautiful home decor, but if your home is not decluttered, if your home is not smelling nice, if your rugs are too small, if the lighting is poor, then we got some work to do. So I love for you guys, once again, to have beautiful home decor, but I also want your home to complement that home decor. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and as always, we can talk and converse in the comments. But until next time, until the next home video, which is next Sunday, I will see you guys later. Bye.